Hello? Am I live? I feel so unorganized with this. It's been a while since I've done any live shows. Bear with me 1 minute. Okay, I think I've got everything sorted now. So, hello everyone, or anyone who's turned on to watch this. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done any of these live events. But I thought I would go live, seeing that my channel's just gone into 10,000 subscribers. So I thought I'd just thank everyone who subscribed. So this is kind of like my way of kind of saying thank you. Thank you for subscribing. And also it gives me a chance to explain where this channel's going and what I've been up to since the last live video, which was also a little bit unorganized, which I don't like. I don't really like doing things unorganized. I prefer to be a bit more structured. But I made a decision. I said, I want to start doing some live stuff as well, not just the recorded stuff, the pre-recorded stuff. So here I am. So I'm sure there's plenty of new subscribers to the channel who've not seen me live before or not seen any of my live shows. But I used to do these quite a lot before, and I used to have a little plan how I was going to do them or how I did them. But all that's kind of changing now. I'm looking to do kind of a different direction. And I kind of want to abandon that because when I was doing like the live shows, it was very much before I kind of just kind of commented on videos and did reactions and things like that. And it worked. I enjoyed doing it. But unfortunately, the way YouTube works is anything that you do reactions or you use any clips or anything, it seems like YouTube will just, well, for me, they'll just either flag it and say like, even though, let me reframe. We have fair use on YouTube. We have fair use anywhere. So you can comment on videos or you can watch videos, or as long as you don't watch the whole video and you're just only watching a few minutes or something, or a few seconds. But the thing was, I was doing that. I was keeping to fair use, and then you'd get some, not all channels, some were just like chill, they didn't care. It's like you're just watching the video, you're using it for fair use, you're commenting on the video. But you would get one or two that would just be like, oh, why have you used my video? There you go, copyright strike, or they'd flag it. And then you'd get like YouTube saying to me like, oh, you can't look at someone else's video. So it was like, all right, well, seems like every other YouTuber seems to do that, but I was just done with that. So there's no way I'm going to follow that format again. And anyway, I don't need to. I've got lots of things to talk about and lots of things going on with this channel and other things on my YouTube anyway. So I mean, 1 minute, let me just check. I want to check my microphone. Okay, so I think the microphone's working. Let's just get into what today's about. Well, firstly, like I said, thank you for the 10,000 subscribers. So if you're one of those subscribers, thank you so much. Really, really means a lot to me. I've been on YouTube, like doing this more seriously, 3 years, nearly 4 years, kind of on and off for the last 3 or 4 years. And it's only recently that I started to take this more seriously. Well, last year I tried to take it more seriously, and I went a direction I thought might work. It kind of fell apart. It didn't really work in the end. And it wasn't what I wanted. I was going in a different direction. And then this year, if you did catch my last live stream, which was after the Supreme Court hearing in April, I decided I'm going to get on camera. I'm going to go live and I'm going to say my thoughts. And I did. Personally, I think like I kind of didn't get all the points across in that video, and that's probably why I prefer to do recorded videos. instead of doing spontaneous live videos with little structure. And I basically just was saying my views about what happened with the Supreme Court ruling, which I think I did say in that last live show. I did say something like, this is just the first start of a chain reaction, a slippery slope of where this is going. And after that video, I was going to start doing more live shows. I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to go to just do live shows, and then that's going to be my new format, just do live stuff, talking. And in fact, I did the opposite. I decided not to do anything at all. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to take a break from YouTube, and I went a completely different direction. And the reason I did that was because I thought the Supreme Court ruling kind of, for me, was like, it was kind of like, time to shut up, time to go away. You want to fight this? You can't. It's the law. It's like, maybe I've just got to accept now that everything I've done, everything in my life, my transition, coming to where I am now, maybe it was all for nothing. It was just, I'm doing this, but I'm not going to get the respect from the government. I'm not going to get respect from law. Something that I think a lot of trans women thought, this could never happen. Like, there's no way any court in the land would do this to us. We've come so far. And sorry, I say trans women, I mean all trans people, not just trans women. So it affects everybody. Trans men and especially non-binary people. I have no idea how they cope with that. But for me, it was just like, well, what am I supposed to do? How can I fight back to this? What can I do? I pass. I get by in life. I'm very lucky that for me, my transition has gone very well, and my family respect me. My friends respect me. I respect them. Everybody's, we all have mutual respect. But I have a good life. I have everything I wanted from the transition to be me. It's gone really well, and I felt like maybe I shouldn't, worry about it. Just forget about it. Just carry on. Okay, so this law says like we're not allowed to, we're not supposed to be using the toilets, but really we can. You can still use the toilets, and you still have access. But you pass, no one's going to say anything. And even if they do know, they're like, oh, well, you look okay. Well, you can come in, like that kind of thing. That was like kind of the attitude. And so I was like, maybe I should shut my mouth. Anyway, but I'll get to the point. But what happened was, I don't want to do that. I don't think it's acceptable what's happened. And I knew it was going to be a slippery slope. So I decided, do you know what I could do? I could just change my direction on my channel. I could just change the direction and what I've done so far, and use what I've learned to fight against this, to fight against it, at least with words. When I say fight, I don't mean fight physically. I mean just say something, talk, explain things. And so that's what I've decided to do. And I think you can see from the channel, if anyone who's following me, you can see that is what I've been doing. That is what I'm doing with the videos. I'm going out there and I'm basically looking at what people are saying, and I'm trying to show the facts. I'm trying to show what's really going on. So that's partly what I'm saying, really. With what I'm doing and things, instead of kind of retreating, I'm going forward with it, and that's really what the channel's goal is now. Well, for me, with YouTube, that's the goal: is to fight back, is to stand up, because there's so much going on, especially now. I mean, I've really been looking at a lot of things that have been going on, and there's a lot of reasons why we should be fighting back. Anyway, I think I've explained a bit of what was going on. I want to have a look at a few of these comments, because I try and keep, well, let's say I just try and keep on top of the comments. I'm actually broadcasting three places at the moment, but well, really two places, just on YouTube and Facebook. I used to kind of broadcast on more than that, but the system I'm using right now, it doesn't, like, I don't know, it's not letting me broadcast as many places. It doesn't really matter because really it's my YouTube channel that I've mainly focused on anyway. So this is really for YouTube. And I'm going to tell you a bit more about how I want to do these live shows and how I'm going to incorporate this live events and things into what I'm doing on the channel. So I'm going to explain that a bit more, but let's go through the comments first, just because I think Charles has given me a few comments here. Let me see. Oh, there's loads of comments, Charles. Let me see what you said here. What we got here? Oh, well, that was, yeah, before we started. Well, yeah. Before we started, when you were sending me the messages, I was setting up my camera because it's been a while since I've done this, and the system that I use, I'm sorry I'm going to bore you with everything, but the system that I use, every time I come to it, it decides it needs to upgrade its system, or it's like, oh, that doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore. So I was like I spent like the hour before I came live just working out what was going on with my camera. So anyway, let's move on to something here. So let's see. Got anything here? So as a straight man, I respect all people, no matter who they are. I loved. Yeah. Well, no. Well, thank you, Charles, and also thank you, Charles, because you become a channel member as well. Yeah. Well, a channel supporter. That's what I'm calling, channel supporter. So you being a channel supporter, it's just £1 a month. Yeah. You get the you're going to get access to all these basically channel supporter videos. I decided originally when I first set up like this membership thing with YouTube on my channel, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with that, and I thought I'm going to do it, but I don't know what I want to do with it. And so, like Charles, you've already subscribed to that. So basically, what's going to happen with that is I plan to do a video each week. I think even these live videos, I'm making them live now. This is live for everyone. It's public, so anybody can see this. But what I'm planning to do is most likely I might private this just to channel supporters eventually. So it might go like that. It might be that we do these live shows and then they're going to just go channel supporters. So that's one thing I could do. There's another thing that I've also thought about doing, like independent videos, just videos each week for the channel supporters as well. So it's still kind of like I'm playing around with it, but I've got a few ideas. But I mean, definitely it could be that these kind of live events ends up being private just for the channel members. But right now I said like this one's available for everybody. But also being a channel supporter, honestly, that really, really helps because obviously YouTube is YouTube, you know. I do need the support really for the channel. So, you know, anyone who's interested, anyone who sees this video, anybody who's thinking about it, there's a link below this video. I'm trying to explain to everybody, like, if you want, it's just £1 a month. It supports the channel, supports my work, and basically it supports what I'm doing, which is basically giving out information. I'm kind of like trying to now do, I mean, there's a few things coming up in the next month that I'm like doing some debunking videos and talking about. There's some people on the internet, they're spreading rumors about trans people, anti-trans YouTubers and things like that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like basically tackle that head on and kind of actually give them the facts. So when they say something, I'm trying to say, well, actually, no, that's completely wrong. Which I think is needed. I mean, any of you that have started to follow me or subscribe to my channel, you'll see that the comments, I do get a bit of, well, it's not so bad on YouTube. It's pretty bad on TikTok. I have put some things on TikTok and the comments on there are a bit crazy. But YouTube is not as bad. But you do occasionally get just like insults, people coming to the channel. And to be honest with you, the way I see it is kind of, you know, not all. Some are constructive. If someone's constructive, I will talk with them. But the ones that are just insults, I kind of just say to, you know, throw to one side and say, like, what are you doing? Why come here and just be and spread hate? Why do that? But basically, yes, on the YouTube, there's been a few. So if you probably see it sometimes in the comments, and you'll also see you see that sometimes I engage with some people only if I feel like it's open to discussion with them, and I'll engage with them. Um, but yeah, that's well, that's just part of doing this. Like I said, now that especially like if I'm going to debunk some anti-trans YouTubers and things like that, we're going to see more people coming to the channel and just doing that, just coming just to, I don't know, hate watch maybe because they don't seem to agree. But I'm hoping that people will come and actually we can show them, what who trans people are, who I am, and just try and explain to them, we're not what the media is spreading. The rumors that are on the internet and these anti-trans YouTubers, this is not us. We're not like that. We're just human beings. We just want to live, in peace and dignity and live our lives. We're not trying to cause trouble. But like I said, there is a lot of hatred out there for us, unfortunately. But that's why I'm here. It doesn't. For me, it's kind of like whatever. Someone makes an insult, I'm like whatever. I'll talk with them. I don't mind. I will talk with people. Let me see what I've got here then. So I'm going to just go through your comments, Charles, while I'm here. Well, thank you. Like I say, always appreciate it, Charles. Comment as much as you like. Yeah, comment. I just say to everybody, if you go on a video, one of the YouTube videos, just give me a comment, talk about it. If it can be, well, it can be positive or negative. But basically, it can be what you want it to be. I mean, just give me your honest opinions about things. I want to know. Thank you. Well, thank you. Well, like I say, Charles, I know you've been a member. Not You've been a subscriber to the channel for a while. I know, and when I was doing these videos before, I used to come here. So I do, I know you're here, and I'm really, it means a lot to me. Okay, it does mean a lot to me. It's always good to see you. Okay, we've got here Neo Gunlock. I apologize if I say anybody's name not correct. I love your content. Keep up the good work. And greetings from the Netherlands. From the Netherlands. Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to see you here. You're welcome. Any video you see or anything on the channel, if you want to comment, just comment. Like I said, I try my best to reply. I try. It depends. Sometimes now there's quite a lot of comments coming through, and sometimes I miss them. YouTube used to be quite. YouTube used to be quite good at alerting me and telling me what comments were coming on, but now because I get like a lot of comments on pages and stuff, it just sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes like if I flick through the channel and I'm looking through the comments, sometimes I'll just see something and I'll be like, oh yeah, So sometimes I miss comments. Not here because this is live chat, but I do miss comments when it's like when you write under the videos sometimes, but I'll always keep having a look and I'll try my best to reply to people. But if I don't reply to somebody's comment, I'm sorry about that. It's not that I don't want to comment. Am I back yet? What's going on here? Okay, I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened. Have I gone off air? Well, not our choice. Not our choice, Charles. No, I don't know what happened there. I have no idea. It seemed like the whole system went off for some reason. It might be just something to do with Wi-Fi or something like that. I don't know. So I apologize for that. Anyway, look, we've had 20 minutes of chat and everything. Like I say, if you want to comment or whatever, you can do. All I'm going to say is, at this point, I've decided I've got a little thing we can do here where I just wanted to talk about something in the media before we move on. Well, this is before we move on. We're going to move on to that in a bit. What I want to talk about right now, just before we move on, is so any questions you want to ask me under this video, if you didn't catch it live and you're catching it later on, basically just feel free to ask me about what's going on with the channel, things like if you don't know. But basically, you see the kind of videos I'm doing. There's going to be plenty more of that. I'm basically going to be doing videos more on what's going on in the media and stuff, what's going on at the moment, because I think it's quite important. And I'm going to be doing a lot more on like transgender history, transgender personalities, people in the community, things like that. So you're going to see a lot more content in that direction in the coming months. Live shows, possibly more. Like I said, I mean, ideally, I'd like to be doing at least one a week. So that's my plan. If I can get this set up better than what it is, because always coming back to this, it's always chaos. So when you come back, nothing's organized. And if you do feel like you'd like to support the channel, like I said, I do have this channel support. The link is below this video. It's £1 a month. And basically what you're doing by doing that is you're supporting the channel. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to be giving out an extra, well, at least one video a week just for channel members. So, and also you kind of get like priority in what is it, comments, priority in chats and things like that. So, I mean, yeah, it's worth doing, you know, because basically it's going forward, it's going to be, you know, everything. Let's see. Yeah, well, thank you, Charles. You know, you're very welcome. Thank you. Your support is very welcome. Now, let me move on to what I wanted to talk about today. Now, I've lost what I was going to share my screen with. Let's see if I can share the screen with what I wanted. Share screen. Yes, I want to share screen. So I had this set up before. Decided now it doesn't want to share. Not that one. This one. There we go. Now let me see. Can you see that? Oh, yes, you can see that. How do we want to have the screen? Show me there in the corner or here? I think we'll do it like that. Okay, so you can see what I'm showing you here. This is what I wanted to talk about today. I know this is going to be depressing, but this is what I'm here to do. You know, I'm here to talk about these things. I've got a couple of these things. Basically, I've set up a few things. They're just news stories. I'm not doing videos or anything like that, because the last time I did anything with videos, YouTube was like, nope, you can't do a video. So I'm not doing any videos. I'm just going to talk about what I see here. Made some notes, so I'm a little bit more organized here. You know, the first half of the show, I've just been talking, whatever, just been, how should I say, I like to say organically. I've been organically talking. There was nothing planned. Just get on and say, you know, hey guys, welcome back. I'm here. And you got to see me unplanned. You know, my other videos very planned. This thing not planned, but this is planned. I've got my notes. So I did look through some stories that have very troubling stories, and it's back to the Supreme Court's ruling, about the Supreme Court ruling that we unfortunately had here in the UK in April, where the government, well, the court, sorry, not the government, the court ruled that the definition of woman by law is only biological women. Is a biological woman. Obviously, anyone who's in the trans community or is an ally to the community understands how bad this ruling was, how damaging this ruling was. And I think everything's been said about it. I've seen a lot of people online talking about it and saying their thoughts and stuff. But one of the things I did, if anyone wants to check out my last video, you can do. There is bits in my last video, even though the last video was unorganized, there's bits in my last video where I do say, like, this is just the start. This isn't like the government was saying, don't worry, you got your gender recognition, you can still use the toilets, you can still get by in life. It's just that by law, we're not going to recognize you as a woman, but everything else, you can enjoy your life. Which is not true. It's not true. Okay. No, that's not true. And I said, and I think many others did say, this is just the first step. This is the first step for them to go after more of our rights, more. Well, basically, they want to erase us from public life, all right? So the group that actually did this was For Women in Scotland. They brought the court rule. Well, they brought the court case about, and the judges decided to go in their favor. And now we're starting to see that that was just the start, which is what I said. So let me say, so this is it here. Where'd I get this from? The BBC. There you go. I'm not going to read you the story. If you want to look for this story, I will link it below the video later. So if you do want to read it, you can. But I think most of us know what it's about. Well, you're going to know about it because I'm going to explain it now. So basically, yeah, we've got campaigners lodge legal action over the gender rules for schools and prisons. So I'll read through my notes and then I'll ad-lib everything else. So basically, so what was the article about? What's happening? Well, it's for Women Scotland, which is their gender critical company. Their campaign group. And what they want to launch legal action against the Scottish government. And why are they doing this? They argue that schools and prison policies still let trans people use facilities that match their identity, which they say breaches the Supreme Court's April ruling. Right. And the ruling that was the UK Supreme Court said that sex and woman in the Equalities Act in 2010 only means biological sex. The policies they're challenging. So this is what they're challenging. This is what they've brought forward about this campaign. They've said that in schools, pupils can, where possible, use the facilities they feel most comfortable with. So obviously, if you're a trans girl, you if it's possible, you can still use the female toilets, maybe the female changing rooms, and vice versa if you're a trans boy. In prison, some trans women can still be housed in the women's estate if risk assessments show they don't pose a danger. So just to clear that up, I believe right now, if you've committed a serious crime, because I think there was all this about rape and things like that. If you've committed a serious crime right now, then you might, if you're a trans woman, you might not be housed in the female prison. That's my understanding of it. But if you've committed like a lesser crime, just some basic crime that's not violent, you're not a danger. It's just you've broken the law and you have to go to jail. Then you can still be housed in a female prison if you're a trans woman. So that's what's been happening. So for Women in Scotland, what do they want? What do the For Women in Scotland want? They want these policies squashed and suspended immediately. and the Scottish government said they can't comment at the moment. I believe the Scottish government have 21 days or something, so we should hear soon on what's going on. But they're not speaking about it right now. They won't talk about it at the moment because it's an ongoing case. So what does this mean? Let's move on to that. So what does that mean then? Well, this shows us that the Supreme Court ruling is being weaponized. It wasn't just a technical legal point. Groups are now using it to strip away trans rights in real life. So, yeah. So then, like we said before, the court ruling wasn't just about, okay, we're just going to change that definition, kind of like go, there you go. So now we don't respect you as a woman, but you can still, live your life. No, they want to just strip everything. They want to basically they're using it as a weapon to target trans people, and basically erase us from public life. I mean, if we can't use the toilets, we can't go into our own spaces and things, then what are we? I mean, where can we go? So if it's successful, what will happen? It will force trans children in schools to use toilets that their birth sex, what they were assigned at birth, basically. And what are the risks? Bullying, exclusion, and harm. So you'll have to use what was on your birth certificate. You'll have to use that toilet. You don't have a choice anymore. I thought about this before. I mean, I don't have any children, but if I had a child and my child was trans, I wouldn't want my kid in school. I wouldn't. If they said to me, "Oh well, your kid now has to go in like the boys' changing room, or vice versa, to go in the girls' changing room," I'd say, "Well, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, have some respect, have some dignity." But apparently, the schools do want to do that. They do want to have respect and dignity. But if this court case, if they win this court case, this new one, that's what's going to happen. Okay, and it will force trans women in prison. It forced trans women's prisons trans women into male prisons, regardless of the crime, and it'll strip away their identity. Right, have I got everything here? Let me finish it off now. I'm gonna ad-lib. It sets the stage for wider challenges. So in schools, prisons, it's going to be next it will be like hospitals, public toilets, changing rooms. And then just finish off. It's not about safety. Prisons already do risk assessments. It's about pushing trans people out of public life. So yeah, I mean, I've kind of said it there, but I'll go back over that. So what's going to happen is, summing it up, if they win this next stage, which we thought they would go on to another step, and this is the next step, what's going to happen is they're going to eradicate trans people out of public life completely, because they're going to be able to. This isn't just going to end with the schools and the prisons. It's going to end up being everywhere. Okay, right now, if somebody owns, like some gyms now can say, right, well, we're not going to let trans women in the changing rooms. But it's going to be law, and it's going to be really strict, and it's going to be like, if you're caught in a women's facility, and you check your documents and saying that, broke the law, So this is a real thing. I mean, basically in the UK, they are stripping our rights away. And just on a few points here, right? Firstly, like I said about the schools, I believe, look, if I had a trans kid, I believe if you have trans children, this is where you would pull them out of school, and that's bad on its own, because you pull them out of school, it's like, okay, I'm going to homeschool them, or homeschool my kid or something. But at the same time, then it's like, well, that's bad. If they don't have the interaction with their friends and things like that, so that's a problem. You've got the problem that basically, if you do let them, keep them in school, they're going to be misgendered. So to me, it's like just a slippery slope. I mean, how painful is that? And then with the prisons, I know there's this thing about, okay, like, I understand there's violent criminals and things like that. But how can you take away someone's identity? How can you take away a trans person's identity? Like say, okay, like you're a trans woman and you commit a crime, and you say, right, well, you commit a crime now, so can't be a trans woman anymore. It's like saying if you have a religious belief, and say like you're a Christian or something, or a Muslim, and you say, well, you've committed a crime, can't be that religion anymore. You're not allowed to have your religion. We don't do that. We just don't do that. We don't take those things away. Same with like if you were gay, you would say, oh, kind of committed a crime, so can't be gay anymore. So it shows even how much the system is against us. Like as if they think that our identity can just be taken away from us just because. Well, yeah, you've been bad. Take away that now. You know what I mean? It's stupid, really. And I mean, it is scary because I think when it goes to hospitals as well, I mean, how are trans people going to be like if they get sick? It's like I'm going to be like, well, if I get sick, and it's like, all right, well, you're going to go to hospital because you're not feeling well. It's like, yeah, but when I go to hospital, you're going to stick me in the men's ward. You're going to treat me like a man. I mean, I'm not against. I understand we have when we talk about biology and things like that. I agree that obviously some medical things they have to take that into account, and I'm not against that. I just mean how I'm treated. For me, it's a matter of if I go to hospital, I want to be treated with dignity and respect. I understand that there's certain things that I can't change about myself that the doctors would probably still have to address those issues. But respect me as a woman, don't be like strip that away from me. So if I'm ill, they're gonna you can't have that it's a public space. You're not allowed to have your rights for that. Well, you don't have any rights. That's what I'm saying. So it's bad enough that we have this issue with toilets and changing rooms, but the fact that it's spreading into public life, which is what I was worried about originally. The way it's going, it's just terrible. So I wanted to bring that up. Let's see if there's anything else there. So that's why I wanted to bring up. I have a few more things. So wait 1 minute. I'm going to look at comments first, and then my camera's gone off again. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but my camera. I don't know something wrong with my camera today, and I don't know why, because I've got it charging, so it should be charged. 1 moment. I don't know if you can hear, but my camera's gone off again, which I don't know why. Okay, I don't know if you still can hear me, but I don't know what's up with my camera today. I'm having lots of problems. I'll try and fix it and get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I have no idea. I am so sorry today. I mean, it's bad enough that I've had to deal with this, but so I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm using my phones for this, right? Luckily, I own 2 iPhones. This one decided its battery was going to go off today for some reason. Not quite sure why, because the system I use actually does charge it, so it should be charging. It shouldn't have gone off. Okay, next time I'll be more prepared. I mean, this is the dry run for live shows because I've not done this. I've not done this for a while, so everything's going to go wrong tonight. Okay, let me see. I wanted to check the comments anyway. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to the comments for a little bit now, and then I'm going to show you another story, and I'm going to move on from what we were doing. So let's have a look what we've got here. So we got Kirsty, yeah. So according to the Good Law Project, councils across Scotland are already aggressively implementing these transphobic policies. Edinburgh was mentioned primarily. It was a Howling article. Okay, well, yes, thank you. Well, thanks for adding that, Kirsty. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't know about this myself. Like I said, I mean, I just saw this recently about, you see, I don't know why Scotland seems to be the place. I'm kind of shocked. It seems to be a lot happening in Scotland. Everything seems to be revolving around Scotland with this. I don't know why it's Scotland with this big issue, but anyway. But let's see what happens. Let's see. Well, I say like, well, let's see what's happening. It's like I don't want to see what happens with this for women in Scotland. What they're going to do next? Are they going to get this? I really hope they don't get any. I hope they don't get their way with this, because it's going to be terrifying what's happening. I can hear you, Greg. Well, thank you, Charles. Yeah, like I said, it shouldn't happen again. This phone has got more. It's fully charged. This one just decided it was going to cut out on me. So it shouldn't happen again. What was it? Don't you just love it when yes. Thank you, Neil. Yes, I know technology. But the thing is, I used to do this a lot last year. I would do like 2 or 3 a week sometimes. I'd do these little live videos, and I got to the point where I was just perfect with it. You know what I mean? I knew what I was doing, and never any problems. But every time, I guess, when you take a break and you come back, it's like you're like, what's going on? I did consider doing the live show tomorrow. I was thinking, shall I go live tomorrow? And I decided that in the end, I'm going to go live today. And the reason I decided to go live today was because last night hit the 10,000 mark, and I was kind of thinking like, it's kind of the right time. It's kind of the right time, The first time I did a live video was when I hit 3,000, and I've kept that video on here, so you can see the difference in my setup from my 3,000 video to the 10,000 video. It's got better. I mean, it could be a lot better, to be honest with you, because I have bought a new camera. In fact, I might show you my camera while here, because this is for the you guys who are subscribers and everything. And well, I hope everybody, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. That's the thing. If you're not subscribing, subscribe, because you want to be part of the channel, don't you? You want to be part of the channel. Let me just get this camera I've got. I said to myself, I'm going to buy a camera for my YouTube, because I've been using my phones. I've been using iPhones. It's not really ideal using an iPhone, though. To be honest with you, you can use an iPhone on YouTube. You don't really need a camera. But I decided I'd get a camera. So anyway, I'm going to show you what it is. So this is the box. Well, it's a separate box. So I went away and I decided to buy this. So I can use this for my future videos. But the thing is I got to learn how to use it. Because I'll be honest here, I'm quite a novice. I'm quite novice. I think you can tell that I'm quite a novice with technology. I'm not the best. But I bought this. This is what I got. It's a Canon camera, and it's I think it's an R50. It is an R50, yes. Because I was advised by a friend that this is the one you want. Well, this one's a great start apparently for videoing. And you could be asking me why is it not there now then? Because wouldn't this be better? And it's basically because I'm still learning how to use it. And I think it's got a battery, but I think I need a power point, because if I have a power, then that means it's not going to go off when I'm recording, when I'm doing this. So yeah, so I bought this, and it was really, I bought it because I was hitting up to 10,000 subscribers, and I thought to myself, okay, if I get to the 10,000, I'm going to buy this, and I'm going to use this to do future videos. But I guess there's quite a lot of a big learning curve that I need to do with this. So at the moment, I'm not using it, but I will use it eventually because I want to. That's why. No, because I've bought one. I mean, I've bought it. I need to use it, don't I? So yeah. So this is my new camera. Like I say, there's going to be a big learning curve with it. I don't know if my videos are going to change much in quality, in a sense. Well, not right now. They're not, because I don't know how to use it properly yet. That's one. Anyway, I thought that'd be fun to show you guys. But it was quite a big thing for me to buy that camera. Yeah, it's something I've been wanting. I think since I started doing YouTube, I'd like to buy a proper camera instead of using a phone. But like I said, there's no reason to really need a camera. Really, you can do everything on phone if you want. Let's have a look at these comments. So, God Charles, yes, you did love and enjoyed them a lot. I'm not sure which one what was it about, Charles? Is it my videos? You have to let me know what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, so we've got Kirsty. So it's for Women Scotland Ltd, the Scottish hate group. Yeah. Also, Scotland is a small country and is more easily bullied. Yes. The English press is always too happy to crap on Scotland, so it's an easy target. Well, yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with that. But yes, for Women Scotland, yeah, I've unfortunately become aware of them a lot more recently. They do pop up a lot, especially when anything I do research-wise for the channel, and anything for like videos to do with this Supreme Court ruling, obviously, because they were the ones who brought the court case forward and everything. So yeah, I'm starting to learn about them, unfortunately, and they seem to be very, very concerned they say they're fighting for women's rights, but they are very much trying to erase trans people their actions will, if they're successful. Well, they won't erase trans people. They will erase us from public life. They won't erase us because you can't erase a group of people, or you can't erase trans people because it's just impossible, right? We're here. We're part of humanity. We're part of nature. We're not going away. We're never going to go away. We've always been here. So whatever they do, it just makes life harder for us all. But like I say, they'll never. In the end, they can't win because we can't go. We're always going to have to be here. One moment. So yes, you movie videos. Oh well, thank you, Chelsea. Yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, I think the videos have got a lot more. I mean, I'm happy with what I've been doing with the videos. I think let me just change camera angle a little bit. I feel like they're kind of getting more what I wanted to be doing now, and I'm more organized with them, and I plan them more structured when I do them. So I feel like things are more. I'm getting more organized where I want the channel to go. So the videos, like I said, the coming videos in the next few months, I've already started kind of planning them out, where I'm going, what I want to cover, and so you should see a lot of. You can see a lot of interesting things. Trust me, just keep tuned because you're going to see a lot. Okay, we've got another comment here. I'm just going to be distracted by comments all day, me. I mean, what's your name? Fred Dira. I'm not sure how to say your name. Sorry about that. I'm not best with names, but what's it? Thanks for all your work. I always look so awesome. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I say like comments will always work with me. But no, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. Thank everybody for being here actually today. It really means a lot to me. What we got? Bigotry and discrimination affects not only the victim but the whole society. Oh, I totally agree with that. It's brought in the US that women are being groped to determine their equipment. Oh, a good excuse given to them. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I did that video recently about the searches. Originally, so the video I have in my recent video, which I think it said new rules for new rules target trans people. Um, and originally I didn't call it that. It was actually it was to do with searches because of the article that I read in the news was talking about that you can actually be strip searched, and I was going to use that as the title, and I decided not to because YouTube doesn't like you to talk like that. So basically, they don't like you using words like that. So that's why I had to change the title. But basically, that's what it was. It was about kind of being searched, and it was basically they can strip search you now. So that's why it's bad. And I had a lot of comments, people saying to me like, "Why does it matter?" and things like that. You're not going to commit a crime. People are saying like, "You're not going to commit a crime, so why do you care?" And it's like, well, no, I'm not going to commit a crime, but it doesn't mean because I don't commit a crime that I could still be searched by a male police officer. And if you are, shall I say, if for some reason you haven't committed a crime, but basically you get accused of a crime, or for some reason the police they still want to do an investigation, and unfortunately you get pulled into that. There is certain procedures that the police have to follow, and sometimes yes, they do need to strip search certain people. So the reality is that there is still a chance, and regardless of that, there is people that will be in that position who will get strip searched or searched by male officers. So I felt that it was important to talk about that because that's really going on and actually a serious problem. And some people were like, "Oh, it's not," but it is a serious problem. Of course, I don't plan to commit crimes and things like that. But then again, what's going on with the law? If it's illegal to be trans in the UK, aren't we going to be committing crimes just by living? So, what's the chances of now? The chances are get a lot higher that we might get searched by a police officer just for being us. One's if I go to the toilet and then for some reason someone reports me and the police turn up and say, right, why are you in the women's toilet? It's like, well, I'm a trans woman. It's like, you have to go to the station now and we need to do a strip search before we put you in the cell. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You know what I mean? That could happen. So I'm just think about that, right? Anyway, sweetie, hope to chat to you again soon, love. Always, Richard. Well, no, well, you're chatting to me. I can chat to me here. You can give me comments, Charles. Don't worry, just chat with me here. This is probably the best place to like chat with me because if I'm not basically like when I'm not on YouTube right now, I'm busy doing things for the channel. I am actually, spend a lot of time. Like yesterday, all I did was work on a video, so it takes a lot of time behind the scenes. Like I have to record the videos, edit the videos, but then I've also got to structure the videos. So it just takes a long time. So, this is probably the best place if you want to like have a chat with me or anything. Gotta run, people. It was nice meeting and all. And I'll see you in the future live streams. Oh, well, thank you, Neon. Yeah, well, you're more than welcome. And like I say, I will do my best to keep these live streams going. I want to. I want to. I'll obviously structure them a little bit better than I have done today. They will find an excuse. You are correct. Well, that's the thing. Okay, that's the thing because okay, we had the Supreme Court, we had the ruling, and then I was kind of like, my last video back in probably in around April when I did it, and I was like, this is just the first step. They're going to do more. They don't want to just win this court case. They want to eradicate us, and now we can see that's what they're doing. This is just the next step in that process, and this one actually will have serious damage. Well, I mean, the last one had serious damage, but this one will have even more serious damages, to us. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, keep that private if you've got that. If you're fortunate to have that, I didn't know you had my number. But keep that private. Yeah, yeah. Um, well, anyway, look, I was going to cover a few of these things. I'll try. Look, I'm going to try and cover a little bit more of this. To be honest with you, what I've done here, I've actually already decided I'm going to make a full video on these subjects, on the court ruling. I'm going to go more in depth and a bit more organized, but I'll just give you a little rundown of what's going on because I've already got these notes. I've already started to put the video together. So I will release this video on this subject later on. But I basically, okay, let me show you the next. That's why I need to show you. Oh, 1 minute. So we covered this already, but I want to change that. Let me stop sharing the screen. Let me find what it is. Let's see if I can find the next one. Oop. If I can't find it, then we're not doing it. It should be this one. Here we go. So, can you see this? What's this? I think it's on screen now. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go into this now for you guys. So, yeah, this is the UK's first transgender judge seeks rehearing on the Supreme Court case on biological sex. So basically, I'll just give you a little run through what this is about because this is something I'm going to talk about at a later date. So basically, what's in the article? So this is Victoria McLeod. Victoria McLeod. The UK's first transgender judge, now retired, working as a legit strategist, I don't know, legal strategist at the W Legal. Okay, and so what she has launched a case at the European Court of Human Rights. Why? She argues that the UK Supreme Court's ruling on biological sex was unfair because she and other trans people weren't allowed to give evidence on or interview. They weren't allowed to be involved. The court only heard from gender critic groups like For Women Scotland and Sex Matters, LGB Alliance. 1 minute, I'm losing myself here. Okay. And then, so they excluded voices of over 8,500 people in the UK with a gender recognition certificate, right? Her claim, her rights under Article 6, 8, and 14 of the European Convention on Human Rights were breached. Okay? Fair trial, respect, private life, and freedom, and discrimination. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Just give me 1 minute because I just realized I gotta do something. So let me just pause for 1 minute. Okay, bear with me 1 minute because I need to do something really quick. But I don't know what I'm doing. I'll do this. I even have my screen filler here. What am I gonna do? I'm not organized for this tonight. I normally have banners and things. Let me see. But I don't want to use that one. Nope, that's not it. Okay, give me 1 minute and I will be back. Okay, where are we at? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. It was some. I just remembered something, and I had to make a move really quick. Okay, so how long are we doing? It's been about an hour, right? So what we were talking about before I decided to go, we were talking about this court, about the first transgender judge, what she's done. So basically, what's happened is she's. Shall I just go over it again? So Victoria McLeod, so she's for the first UK transgender judge. She's now retired. Okay, but she's launched a case against the European Court. She's launched a case at the European Court of Human Rights. She argues that the UK Supreme Court ruling on biological sex was unfair because she and other trans people weren't allowed to give evidence or intervene, actually, not interview. The court only heard from gender critical groups like For Women Scotland, Sex Matters, LGB Alliance. Yeah, they don't have a T, do they? That excluded the voices of 8,500 plus people in the UK with a gender recognition certificate. So basically, I was one of those people that they didn't listen to. Okay. Now, one moment. What am I doing here? Yeah, I'll check the comments in a minute, guys. And so her claim, she claimed that her rights under Article 6, 8, and 14 of the European Commission on Human Rights were breached. Fair trial, respect for private life, and freedom from discrimination. Her words, she said, the court reversed my and 8,500 other people's sex for the whole of the equality law. Yes. Implications. The Supreme Court's ruling now means every trans woman of a GRC must legally use the men's toilets, changing rooms, be searched by a male police officer, and attend male rape crisis centres if assaulted. Okay, and what happens next? Well, the Equality and Human Rights Commission is preparing updates, codes for practice for public bodies. But critics say the Constitution was the Constitution was rushed and unfair. Okay, so what does this mean? This shows trans voices were deliberately excluded from decisions that directly affect their lives. Imagine a case about race where no black people were allowed to give evidence. That's the scale of the injustice here. The ruling impacts basic dignity and safety. Trans women forced into men's changing rooms and toilets. Trans survivors told to use male rape crisis services. Trans prisoners searched by male officers, even if they have female anatomy. It highlights the imbalance of the influences of whatever gender. Sorry. Well, it highlights the imbalance, right? Gender critical groups were heard. Okay, so the gender critical groups were heard. Trans groups weren't. That's not fair. That's not a fair trial, and it sets a dangerous precedent in how the law is shaped. Going to the European Court could be the only way to rebalance this, since it argues on fundamental human rights. The bigger picture is the European Court ruled in favour. Okay, if the European Court rules in favour, it could force the UK to rethink how the Equalities Act is applied and re-establish protection for trans people. Okay, I'm really sorry. Tonight I'm just all over the place. So basically, what it's saying is she's fighting for our rights. She's fighting. She's going to take it to the European Human Rights Court, and if she wins, or she can get that sorted, that means they could overturn this law. So hopefully, there is hope that this could get sorted out. So let's see what happens. I think that's kind of some good news. So I kind of wanted to balance things out. Yes, we've got the For Women Scotland trying to enforce more restrictions on us, but at the same time, we are trying to fight back. Well, she's trying to fight back there, and she's trying to fight back. So there's a chance it could be overturned. It still has a chance. So hopefully it will be. Now I'm going to just go comments. This hopefully will be. So Kirsty, yes, okay. So to be honest, lawyers ruled on medical matters and biologic here was a mass overreach, was beyond their area of temptation. It's like taking your car to the florist for an oil change. It's wrong. Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying here. Basically, it was not in their reach. Right? They shouldn't have been doing that. Firstly, they didn't, like they said like I just said in the article, they didn't allow any trans voices to put anything forward in the court ruling. We didn't have a chance to speak. No one represented us. We had nothing there, and to and same with like the scientists and things like that. What people have said about what is being trans, the actual science behind it, and no one was allowed to speak. It was very one-sided. It's actually very suspicious about what happened with that. It doesn't sound fair at all. It sounds like something was going on behind the scenes. And it's just shocking that it's even gone forward, to be honest with you. Yeah, good luck to a good law project here. November 2-day hearing. Yeah, well, let's. Yeah, I hope. Like I say, I hope that she does manage to resolve some of the. I hope she wins. What am I about? If she can win, it'll be marvelous. I can imagine everyone just would just be like, that's how it should be. I hope they do. I mean, to be honest with you, everything I've heard, it makes sense that it could be overturned, because based on what I've heard, it was unfair in the first place. But basically, if you put all the facts forward for trans people, it makes sense. It just makes sense. Plus the fact the law is more correct on our side, it makes more sense. And while we've got countries in different countries throughout the world that are actually moving on with trans rights and getting more rights, this is what we should be doing. We're going backwards. We're going backwards in the UK. The GRC is not worth the same as a sheet of toilet paper. It's roughly the same as a sheet of toilet paper. To all intents and purposes, it was costly to get. Yeah, it's crazy, really, because this undermines it completely by doing this. It's basically it undermines everything about it. It undermines us, but how can you be recognized as who you are, but at the same time have no legal right behind you? It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So I just think this is going to, look, I'll be honest with you, if you ask me myself, I still think it's going to get overturned. I think that there's no way this law can stay in practice. It can stay there. But will it be from this judge? Will she manage to do it, or will it be 10, 15 years now? I really hope not, because that would be an awful prospect if that happens. I believe it will be overturned. It was Goodwin versus UK in 2002, yeah, that led to the 2004 GRA. They have already ruled on this. Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. So, you're right. I read about that. So, yeah, to be honest with you, there's a very good chance this is going to get overruled. So let's see what happens. So there's maybe some good news coming ahead, and that's why I wanted to give that one, because I didn't want to just give a negative thing about for women in Scotland just parading on, carrying what they're doing, and ruining things for everybody basically. So anyway, I just wanted to. That's really all I kind of have for today. So I kind of say, like, anybody who's watched this or is going to watch this, like, just thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I'm sorry that this particular video, it's my first time doing a live stream for I don't know how many months it's been, so I was a little bit unprepared, but you know, hopefully I can make these a bit more of a regular thing. I've said it already at the beginning of the video, but if you do want to support the channel, have a channel support, you know, the link is below this video. Like I say, I've got some videos already there that kind of just like, you know, they're basically my channel member videos. They are available if you join. Like I said, it's only £1. You get access to them. But I do intend to be like doing weekly videos, just at least one weekly video that will be available. So that's like 4 videos a month. That's just for channel members. I have kind of thought about maybe making these live shows private for them, but let's see what happens. At the moment, it might be a live show. It might be a separate video, but we'll see where we go from there. And I can say I'd just like to thank one more time for for the 10,000 subscribers. It was quite amazing. Last night I was online and I flipped onto the channel and I saw that I had 9,999 subscribers, and then it just ticked over to 10,000. So I was like, wow. So it was a big thing for me. You know, I think I've been wanting that. It's like a kind of like a goal myself. It's like, oh, if I could see 10,000, that would be pretty cool. So it rolled over to 10,000. So I was pretty happy with that. But I think as there's more subscribers on the channel, there's more. I feel like I want to give more to the channel, and live shows. I think live shows kind of are part of YouTube. If you're doing YouTube, I feel like you should be doing them. So there, it's going to become more of a regular thing for me to do. But obviously next time I will make sure whatever equipment I use are fully charged, and I'll make sure I have more things on the go, maybe a little bit more organized. But yeah, well, I think that's it for tonight. I just say one more time. I just say like really thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching this video. Because if you watch this live, thank you. If you're watching it after the fact, to get this far, well, it means a lot to me. And if you want to support the channel, just look underneath the video, because it's got all my information about everything under this video. So that's where you need to go. So just go there and you can check everything out. So I think that's all I have to say for today. I think we did over an hour, so I think that's pretty cool. Even though the camera was off half of it and I had to run away at one point. But anyway, thank you. There should be before I go, I try to make sure I get enough videos out each week. There should be a video tomorrow. Well, there will be a video because I've already recorded it and it's ready to go. So there'll be a video tomorrow. Maybe I think another video on Sunday, and then we'll be back into next week. If you join, I have a Patreon as well. If you join the Patreon, I should just tell you about the Patreon. Basically, the Patreon is where I'm going to start putting videos I can't put on YouTube. So basically, I have a Patreon, and I told you before I can't put videos and things on YouTube. So because you get like I told you, issues with doing that. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to put any video clips or anything like that, when I do video clips of anything, straight onto my Patreon. So if you want to see like things that probably don't really, things I can't put on YouTube, basically, best to go to my Patreon. I don't know how much is in UK pounds, because I put everything in dollars. I thought I'd be smart and put it in dollars, because more people are, from all over the world, everyone knows dollars. So I did $5 basically. Well, it's free. I mean, let me put it this way. If you're watching this now, you can join my Patreon. It's actually free to join my Patreon. It's just, obviously, if you join free, you're not really going to get much of the content. You're just going to, just get the standard YouTube videos at the free level. But if you do the $5, which I think is about £3 something, that's where you'll start getting the videos but you'll get all the old videos that I already have on there included, because this video is already on there for my Patreon. But if you join it and you pay $5, you'll get the future videos, which are basically, I mean, I can tell you what I'm doing. Basically, on YouTube, when I say, for example, I look at another YouTuber who's like anti-trans. When I do it on YouTube, I can only show like pictures. I can't show video. I can't show you the video itself, because I just don't want to risk anything with YouTube going further. I've had problems with them. I'm not putting video on my YouTube. But if you go to my Patreon, you'll get video, so you'll get to see the video. But it'll be different. Like I'll do like a watch the video and stop it and talk about it. So you'll get a more interactive thing if you join my Patreon. I also have a higher tier, which is $10, which is about £7 something. Basically, the £7 something, you'll get the same as the $5 tier, but you'll also get early releases on the videos. So the videos I put on YouTube, I'm probably going to give them out like 3 or 4 days, maybe sometimes like a week in advance, depending on the video. So you'll get videos in advance at the $10, which is about, like I said, about £7 a month. So if you want to do that's fine. But I mean, like I said, you can join for free. It's available. So I would at least, you know, check my things underneath this video, because, you know, I've got Discord as well. Discord's good because if you join my Discord, you'll get updates when I release a new video as well. So like Discord's quite good, because if you sign up, if you join that, and put alerts on for my channel, when I release a new video on YouTube, you automatically get an update saying, you know, Rachel's released a new video. So that's really what Discord kind of gives. And you can talk on Discord. I've got like connections on Discord, so you know I do use it. So Discord's good for that. Patreon's good if you want the video content and stuff like that. Especially when I'm going to get more things done on there. So watch out. You know, it's worth it. At least join it for free, because if you join it for free, you're going to see what's going on. You'll see when I put more videos on there. And if you just want simple thing, channel support, and you'll get the extra video per week, and you know, we'll keep building the channel. So anyway, that was everything I wanted to say. Just one last comment. So I'll just say that from Kirsty. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you. Oh, we've got another comment here. My thoughts are with you. Similar things are happening in America. James. Well, okay. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. I was about to go actually, but you know, it was nice to see you anyway. Well, anyway, look, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you haven't seen, you know, if you watch this later, thank you. And I think I've covered everything. If I've not, I'll probably remember later on. And I will try and make sure that next time I do a show, I let everybody know in advance. But like I say, if you join the Discord, you'll get an update anyway. You can do the bell icon. In fact, do the bell icon on my channel as well. You'll get updates. So, yeah, that's everything. Okay, have a good night, a good morning, a good day, wherever you are. And I will be seeing you guys soon. And I will have a video out tomorrow, and there'll be plenty of videos. So just look out for all the new videos that are coming up. So, have a nice whatever, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Goodbye.